Aside raising funding and be a unicorn, the main goal is to impact life, to enrich minds, to know that the African youth is capable of changing the narrative, taking charge of their lives, whether it's running a business or working for a company.
I fell in love with the opportunity to work with young people and channel their energy to nation building.
I think tech is where we need a lot of mentorship.
Where I grew up, right? There's a saying that there's no baller. There's no refuge down for human being. Nobody's useless. So it's my job, once we join the team, to figure out how best we can use the strengths and even the weaknesses you have to advance the cause to prosperity for 1 billion people.
Morning, nice to meet you too. Well, the question is rather, do other people see me as a mentor? I believe I am, and I believe the conversations that I've had with many entrepreneurs qualify me to be a mentor. It's one of the best things I've done in my own life. My name is Sike Japheth. I'm the founder of the Innovation Village and also Motive, which are community spaces for creatives and entrepreneurs to start, grow, and expand the companies that they're building. We started the Innovation Village because if you look at the demographics of a country like ours and most African countries, we are mostly a young population. A young, creative, enterprising population that wants to build and contribute and solve problems in society. So the Innovation Village is a destination for these young people to use technology to be able to build businesses and to solve community problems that we have. When we started, it was a very exciting time because we thought we're just going to put in place an incubator that these young people will come to. But unfortunately, we quickly learned that you can't build an incubator just like that because young people need a lot more than just an incubator. If you provide access to skills, the reason they'll struggle is that you didn't give them the capital. If you give them the capital without supporting them to build a business, that's why they'll struggle. If you give them the capital and skills without a good policy environment, they will still struggle. So we had to drastically change the plan to make sure that they have access to everything within one community that they need to be able to start, to grow and succeed in building a company. I think what we've successfully achieved is building a model that is scalable across the Africa technology landscape. So we offer the full ecosystem to an entrepreneur to be able to succeed in what they're trying to build. That's a bit significantly different from how a typical incubator operates. And how we've changed people's lives is from a series of initiatives that we ran. For example, our Motive last year that was opened during COVID has gone on to create over 1,000 jobs for young people right during COVID. And for us, we see innovation as a driver of growth. And growth only comes from our ability to create jobs. So our total offering has led to the creation of jobs, and our total community of entrepreneurs, we have about 2,000 entrepreneurs across 5 locations. All of them are building solutions in over 10 sectors. I think our vision is really clear. the entrepreneurship we see in Uganda, we need to enable and make Uganda the best place to be an entrepreneur in Africa. That if anyone across the continent, across the world, wanted to start a business, they should think of coming to Uganda. They should think of starting here, from Uganda to Africa to the world, because of the environment that supports entrepreneurs, because of our ability to support entrepreneurs to succeed even in the most unlikely situations. The fact that we started the village, the fact that every day we work with 1,000 entrepreneurs across the country, and we are constantly trying to understand how we can best support and unlock the potential of entrepreneurs. There is no better responsibility, and of course no greater honor for us to be doing this every day.
My name is Kafui Doris Ansenyivu, Kafui Yivu for short. I am the founder and product lead at Kraado. I am a self-starter. I love to build tech communities and creative communities to identify problems in tech and find solutions for them. When I'm not advocating for a cause, I am working on some photography projects or doing some fun activities with my family.
If Kraado wasn't there, well, we'll go the good old ways of Googling and then roaming on YouTube, which is not too ideal, though. It will take you get there, but it will take you longer.
Kraado started as a skills assessment application, a mobile application for community members in the GDG community and other communities in Ghana to verify their skills, validate their skills by taking the assessment before we match them to opportunities within the community. But we had some few challenges in terms of the setup within the team. So then I had to pivot. Then I decided, okay, in pivoting, instead of just limiting it to just the tech community, I should broaden it and make it more open to Ghanaian students and recent graduates. So here we are now. Kraado is a gamified skills validation program for university students and graduates to work on projects, endpoints, and then be matched to opportunities within startups. When you join as a community member, whether as a student or a graduate, you are assessed, you get matched to a startup who has maybe a project. You will be awarded points based on the number of hours or the number of months. Minimum is 3 months you spend either as an intern or a volunteer. So at the end of it all, after you have earned the point by contributing to the startup, you will be given the point, which will be added on the database on our website. So there's a ranking where some people get gold, some people get silver, and the likes. And then we use that to refer to our partners, who are the Kraado for Business, to look at what our community members are doing based on the tasks they have been assigned with the previous employer, in quotes. It's not an employment, it's an internship. So they use that as a way to get another opportunity to either intern, get an entry-level job, or volunteer. Currently, the market is flooded with career growth opportunities, career development. But then our twist is looking at it from the student side. People are already doing matchmaking for job opportunities. In our case, we are focusing on giving the students and the graduate the opportunity to work on projects that gives them confidence. Kraado is very deeply personal and I'm passionate about it. That's why it took me a while. When I left Impact Hub, what I told William Senyu was, there's something that I've always wanted to do and I have been pushing it forward. Like, okay, I'll do it later. Finally, it's time to do it, because if something happens to me today, this will be one of my regrets, not actually carrying out my plan to run Kraado. The likelihood of it failing is very slim because we put so many measures in place that the business. Kraado is not just about me. That's why I have co-founders and I have team members that are being trained to take over should in case I have to step away to do anything else. So no, it will not fail because it's very critical. What we are trying to solve is very critical.
Kraado on its own is still something that makes you know what's inside you that you didn't know existed. For instance, myself, I didn't know I could be a virtual assistant and do so many administrative stuff like data analysis, all those things. I didn't know I could do it until I was interning for the firm I was working with through Kraado. So to me, Kraado is an eye-opener for me. Without Kraado, I wouldn't have gone that path. I would have been on my own, just studying and everything. But through Kraado, I've gotten the internship, and the internship has also given me a lot of opportunities, which I'm still running now. So it's been very helpful.
Kraado has been one of the positive things that COVID has brought my way. I got to meet a senior software developer in Germany where she shared her experiences with us. We also got one other session from Yawa Martin, who works at Microsoft. During that session, I got to learn how to improve upon my communication skills and also take it easy on the road to success, because definitely we get there, we shouldn't be in a rush. Kraado has taught me a lot of things.
Aside raising funding and be a unicorn, the main goal is to impact life, to enrich minds, to know that the African youth is capable of changing the narrative, taking charge of their lives, whether it's running a business or working for a company.
I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a marketeer and an artist.
Hi, my name is Carolina Barros. I'm an entrepreneur also, marketeer, and now I'm on the other side.
Hi, my name is Anderson Marques. I am an entrepreneur and a digital project manager by profession.
Hi, I'm André Cardiga. I'm the founder and the head of digital at Papaya.
So I don't like to call it a brotherhood or sisterhood per se. What I would say is we found a way to make it work. In some cases we start out because we know each other, so we try to connect the dots. Most of the times it's just because we need someone to do the service and the service is well done, and then we end up becoming friends because of that. I believe we found our own ways of working. I am sober, I need digital marketing, I'm gonna call Papaya, and Papaya needs something else, he's gonna call Carolina because she's good at this and that and or anything else. I think that today we stopped relying on waiting on supports and permissions. We don't wait for special treatment, special funding, special programs. I think we create. We see our own companies creating companies to support other companies, support other clients. I see initiatives, social initiatives started by companies that have no tie at all with any government program, for example. And it's all independent, it's from us to the community, and it's happening and it's sustainable in most cases.
One of the good things that the biggest brands and the biggest company bring for us is this one and this one that we are saying, that they connected the small ones. This is the way the things happen between me and Soba Store and the other startups. I believe that exists sometimes when the people want, and you know that. Yes. Sisterhood and brotherhood. Sometimes we don't have the ethic work with the partnership, because people calling you asking for service, they don't say like, okay, are we gonna give you a contact of the client? No, they're afraid they're gonna take the client.
That's the problem.
Unfortunately, this is the way the things are. Since the COVID, I feel also that we stopped this thing. people prefer to start a new partnership than call to someone that supported them in the past and support them when they don't have the money to pay your service. But now they have the money to pay your service. They're gonna call to another one.
You need to trust your employees. You need to trust your family. You need to trust people.
In many leisure cases, it's similar. There are things that we don't do. Actually, we don't want to do. We don't want to deal with the transportation. We don't want to. We don't want to deal with the storage, and we have to find partners to it. Like we are negotiating a partnership to start collecting the recyclable materials and drop it to our facility. I would like all the players of these ecosystems notice that we are all partners.
Yeah. Because I believe partnership, as the word says, is looking at you as a partner. And yes. I'm glad that you're growing. Exactly. Because if you're growing, I'm growing as well. Too. You'll get your clients, I'll get mine. It's clients that I'm getting from you, and it's clients that I happily give it to you as exactly. Well. So I think it's if we want to have like a real, a strong startup, or even let's not use only the word startup. Mm-hmm. Even
there's some business
like imagine, general, no? For example, gin and tonic. Let's talk about gin.
Yeah.
Gin had a boost in like 3 years ago or 5 years ago. Everybody started drinking gin because the sector reinvented themselves. They all of the brands united, and indirectly or directly, but they found a new way for the consumers to consume it with this peppers, with the flavors. Mm-hmm. But it was all of the brands benefited from that, the sector. Yeah. And I think we need to think, even in communication, more about the sector and not about only our companies. Mm-hmm. Because if the sector grows, all of the companies will grow.
From around the world. Let's go.
Health, wellness, sport, beauty, medical breakthroughs. Healthy Living cares about your well-being. What are the main health concerns in Africa and around the world? Find out the latest on coronavirus. Connect with our experts and ask them questions.
How long does the virus stay?
Join me, Linor Moudou, in Washington, every week on Healthy Living, right here on VOA.
So my name is Alphonse Juma. I graduated from Moi University in 2010. So I started Oracom Group. By then I had a dream of doing 10 companies, but I've ended up giving back to 11 of them. MyBigOrder, which is one of the companies under the group Oracom, is my brand number 7. Yeah, and it's been now 3 years since it started. So what are we talking about here? Wow, that's a perfect logo. I think tech is where we need a lot of mentorship, because tech is always changing and there are a lot of mistakes that we can make. There are so many advantages of mentoring people in the tech industry. The biggest thing is that when you're doing it for people, you know you are changing their lives. And when somebody else is able to grow because of your influence, then we see that as something that will not just help them, but also help you also as an entrepreneur. First, you know, the role of a mentor in any tech system is to guide you as the business owner so that you don't make certain mistakes, because the mistakes are always similar. Mentorship in the tech industry is the most beautiful thing because it comes with a lot of opportunities, and always the first is by you initiating it yourself. So you know you can mentor a different person and then they can become more useful even to you or your ventures. And apart from that, as a mentor, also you become useful to them. Most importantly also, a mentor would be very important in helping you set your vision and your target, so that as a business person you stick to them and then you'll be able to deliver on your mission and vision. Yeah, I think this is the best thing you've done. Nice. I have had a passion to be a mentor, and I've done it in a number of ways myself and the setup of my company Oracom. Since I started by recruiting. Once you're CEO, you'll be engaging many people to work for you who are the staff, and each of them would be looking for you as a mentor. And what I've done myself is I've been recruiting a lot. I've partnered with different organizations like Nairobi, Majimazuri, so they get me the students from the slums, and then what I do is to mentor them and bring them up. And through that, the other thing also I do is I don't retain them for long, because most of the time you'd want them to get incubated so that they start flying by themselves. And that has also really helped me, because most of the times, most of these people, when they go outside, they come back again to be your clients. So you end up having like so many people who are also like your resellers. So mentorship is something I've done, and there are many people already who are doing very well in the market that have gone through my hands. In 2015, I was in Maranda High School. So one of my former classmates came and approached me and told me, Alphonse, for me, I just want to start my company, but I would like to go through your hands. I just want you to mentor me. I must say it was very difficult, because when you do that, it's like you're growing your own competition. Yeah, but I was able to hold this guy's hands, and we were able to move on. And I think it took him around 2 years to be in the company. And at the point when he finished, he was now able to start his company. And these days I look at his company, I see it's doing very well, though it's doing the same things that I do. But as a mentor, that's something that gives you a lot of morale, because then when somebody else succeeds, you also succeed.
My name is Cecil Sana Nutako. I'm the founder CEO at eCampus LLC. eCampus is an online teaching and learning platform that lets learners learn smarter, become employable, and attain prosperity. eCampus, when we say a learner, we mean any human being that has to consume some kind of content to get better at what they do. At eCampus, we believe strongly that education is the most guaranteed path to prosperity. Yet for some reason, the path to that prosperity, which is education, has a lot of bottlenecks. We want to take that away and make sure that every African that is born is guaranteed a smooth path to prosperity on the vehicle called education, which is being managed by eCampus. Before the pandemic, the notion was that learners were spending too much time being distracted by social media. Post-pandemic, they were home, and now they were getting depressed. So now they had to get online to have that engagement, to be human beings. So now we're like, okay, society now no more sees that level of online engagement as a distraction to learning, because they now allow their kids to even learn on WhatsApp, learn on TikTok, because they were able to share ideas.
So that's how the transition went from.
I've always been an advocate of mentorship. So what I try to do is, I don't intentionally say I'm mentoring you, but when you approach me with your idea, your challenges, I'll pick a moment in my story, in my journey, where I had to make similar decisions like you at the time. And I'll ask you, what decision do you think I made? Then they say, okay, you made this decision. That's why I'm still here. Ah, you made this. That's why that line of product didn't survive. So you let them relive what they are going through your experience and leave them to make their decisions. It is a must. It is very, very important for me to hold and share my ideas and best practices with any other edtech startup founder, to make sure that they understand, they don't make the mistakes I make. And the same goes to any other startup founder who is in tech, because our struggles, right, may be singular, but our destinies are shared. So if I'm going through this struggle today, you might have to go through it 3 months to come. If I share with you, you avoid it. I'll be immoral not to help another entrepreneur succeed. It won't make sense. So if I tell you I have a leadership style that I can name, I may be deceiving you. I can't put a name to my style, but what I know is I don't like cutting corners. I don't like that. I would rather take longer to do the thing properly than to cut corners and have to come redo it again, or be living with the fear that the person will find out. I don't like stress. Don't think you are the boss. That whole thing. You are a boss when you treat people with respect. All right? You're a boss when you treat people with empathy. So if you want to pay it forward, spend whatever it is on an employee. Train them, equip them, empower them, encourage them to achieve their dreams. Personalize their needs. Don't treat them as though they are objects. You know what I mean? Let them be the best they can. And then they will drive the company forward. Right? There's a saying that there's no baller. There's no refuge down for a human being. So if you think the person is useless, then you should ask yourself whether you know how to use the person in the first place. Nobody is useless. So it's my job, once we join the team, to figure out how best we can use the strengths and even the weaknesses you have to advance the cause to prosperity for 1 billion people. So it's my job, not their job. That's my leadership style.
Awesome. Cut.